Hi, Adrian Manyathelo here. Today we are going to talk about finding your ultimate source of motivation and the great cycle of achievement. Uh, and really, how do you find your ultimate source of motivation? The best way to find a motivated person actually is when they've found their vision, when they know where they are going, right? Once somebody has found their vision, you can't stop them, right? But also, I must say that the main thing in the vision really is to find your why you exist, why you want to do this. Okay. I remember many years ago when I was in high school when I discovered my why. Right. I discovered my why because of the circumstances that I was going through. Sometimes you discover your why because of a hard circumstance that you are going through. You begin to find out what your why is. So I remember finding out my why. And this is how I found out my why because I had when I started my high school, I had all hopes that everything was going to be smooth. Everybody actually I had brothers and sisters, right, who were really ready to help me out because they were already working then, and so I was so hopeful that everything was going to be fine. But it's when I put my foot into the high school that everybody else decided that they were not going to be that supportive, right? And I don't blame them for that. Actually, from that, I learned a lot of things, and I'm so grateful for what I went through, right? So when I got to high school, I had to put myself into survival mode because virtually I had very little of my own, very little clothing, very little shoes, everything was really short. I always tell my kids that I spent many years of my life, right, especially in high school, uh, without a penny in my pocket, right? And what happened then is that I had to discover my why quickly, and my why was that I was going to work as hard as that thing helped me out, honestly, because I told myself I was going to work as hard as I can to do very well in high school, which I did in the end, right? So that thing motivated me because there was no way I could fail anything. There was nothing that the teacher could ask me to do that I couldn't do because I would crack the thing out because that was my why. I was driven. I was something was pushing me to do because I knew if I don't fall forward, if I ever try to fall backwards, then I'll be in trouble. So I had to fall forward every time. It's either the thing should work or it should work, right? So that was the situation that I was in. That was my why. So my why then was that I had to pass at all costs. That was my why. But I discovered it because of the circumstances, because it was really hard. Life was hard. Because I knew if I don't do that, then I'll go back and live a life that I couldn't even describe. So I never even gave my time thought to think about that kind of life. I only saw the good side of things, right? I knew that everything was possible by that time. So sometimes you got to go through hard life. So that's why you should be grateful. If you have ever actually gone through, say a lot of people, I've met a lot of people that have gone through hard life, right? But they never learned a lesson from there. And something is really, really wrong. You better go sit down, even if you can means try and write everything that took place, what lessons you learned from there. Because I tell you, what you learn from there is so big that it will change your life forever, right? So let's go back to what we were talking about, which is finding your ultimate source of motivation. So my ultimate source of motivation then in that particular circumstance was that I didn't want to go back to the life of lack where you don't even have a penny in your pocket, where you don't even have clothes, you don't have, even have shoes, right? I told myself, never again. I'm not going back there. Forward I go, and backward never, right? And one of the ways, other way that you can actually find this ultimate source of motivation is to ask yourself why you want to do a certain thing. For example, you might be in business, right? And you want to do a business. So the first question you ask yourself, why am I doing this business? And then you write the answer. And once you get the answer, you say, maybe, I don't know what your answer would be. Maybe to take care of my family. And then, so once after you've taken your family, why would you want to take care of your family? Keep on asking yourself that question. And then you get another, you write some more answers until you are totally like, you finish all the answers, right? Once you finish those answers, ultimately, you will end up finding the real reason why you are doing what you are doing, right? And that is the thing that is going to motivate you. Very important that you do that, okay? And once you have achieved that, then the next thing that you're going to do is the great cycle of achievement. Right? Now, the great cycle of achievement is something that has been proven to work all the time. And how does it work back? Number one is that you got to have a vision, because vision is everything, right? You got to have a vision. And then the next thing that you're going to do, you got to do what is called goal setting. You got to set out your goals. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? When do you want to achieve it? And your goal setting should be realistic and should never change. And you must make sure that they are written down, right? That I want to achieve this at this particular time, this particular day, right? And your goal setting should never be changed, like I said. And then the next thing that you're going to do, you're going to have something called game planning. Game planning is actually your action steps. What do you want to do? How you're going to be doing it? Those kind of things, right? And your game plan should be set on sand. It should be written on sand, if you like. It should be written on the ground. You know, if it was possible, you could just go out there and write it on the ground or on the board. It's something that you can change anytime, right? A game plan. If you're doing something that you wanted to achieve something else, right? And you realize that thing is not working, you change it. For example, if you wanted to get leads, right? Maybe you are in an online business, you want to get leads and to try a certain strategy and it's not working, change it and try another one, right? That's what your game plan is. And the next step in the cycle of achievement is that you got to be ready to work, right? Because a lot of people, they have things just sitting there, but they're not doing anything towards it, right? So you really have to sit down and do the things. If you need to delegate people. And the most important thing with work is that it has to be consistent, right? You have to be consistent with it. Consistency is one of the best things that changes everything. Okay? And then the last thing that you need to do is you go to seek counsel. Seek counsel. Ask for help from people that can empower you, from the right people, right? Because you don't ask for help from everyone. You don't ask help for people who are jealous of you, who don't want you to succeed. You go to people that can actually help you, and there's several people around. The world is full of good people. There's so many of them, so go get them, right? So that if you do that, right, you should be able to achieve your dreams. And if this has been very helpful to you, make sure you leave a note for us there. Before I finish, I just want to say a few things here that I literally have written down here. First, watch the video above, or this video that you are watching right now, right? And tell us what you leave a comment below. I would like specifically to know what you have learned, the major ahas, and make sure you share this with anybody that you know. Pick the best comment. We pick the best comment and give them a prize. After you click the link below on the yellow button, then take advantage of the bonus shortcuts we make to help you create a better business, attract wealth faster, so you can make change with us in the marketplace. In your first daily shortcut, you are going to get a free PDF workbook that you can print and use to help you deepen your sense of motivation and enter the achievement of cycle with a proud heart. Okay, so now what's gonna happen is when you click on that link below this video, the yellow button, right, once you enter your details there, what I will do, I'll be able to identify you and I'll send you all the stuff that I promised to send it to you. Okay, so thank you so much for listening to me today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.